Happy day 64. And you might have noticed the question that I asked. We've all heard it. It's that age-old debate. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Now we could sit here and have a whole conversation about it, but the intention behind leading with that title was to get you to start thinking a little bit about the order of other things that happen in your life. Let's talk leadership. Let's talk business again for a second. Many times I have executives or leaders come to me where they've had incredible environments, exceptional teams, a culture unlike no other. Then over time, it erodes, it fades. Leaders leave. If there's one thing that is constant, it is that change is inevitable. We all know that. But their question is, which do I focus on fixing first? Before they knew it, they went from everything being in a perfect place to feeling and believing that everything now was not in a great place at all, and all was fractured and needed to be repaired. So which comes first, culture or leadership? Well, that's a big debate as well. Because if you fix one and you don't address the other, they're still not going to work well. Your culture and your leadership are under one umbrella because your leadership, the actions and behaviors, are the outcome which convey your culture. Your people, their actions and behaviors are your culture. The underlining factor to whether you start with culture or leadership, and there's no wrong answer with which you start with, is communication. Regardless of which you start with, you have to determine a healthy way of communication among your organization and your leaders. What do I mean? New leaders lack trust. Even if you have senior leaders, when you implement new people to your team, there's a lack of trust. A lack of trust means that there's false sense of harmony. They don't want to come out and say something because they don't want to, ruffle any feathers. So instead, they swallow it and they harbor it. And then that energy becomes contagious among your people. And when your leadership team lacks trust and an ability to communicate effectively, it will directly impact the results and overall behaviors of your entire company. Why? Your people can sense when your leadership are not on the same page. Let's say you start with culture. Culture, again, is the output. It's the actions and behaviors of all the thoughts, values, beliefs of all your people, including you. If you start there, how will you impact communication first to assure the communication will be a healthy, productive way to drive a positive culture? These are all questions that you have to ask yourself and be ready to answer. If you don't know the answers, get with somebody who's lived it, who's done it. In my 25-year career, I assure you, I have gone through a lot of change, be it within one organization or switching companies altogether. Change is inevitable. So whether you start with culture or leadership as the area that you want to focus on first, communication must be first and foremost. Have a great day.